This video is factoring hard trinomials. So what we want to do first is write the trinomial in order. So example 4, 2t plus 7t squared plus 6t to the third. Let's put it in order. And then we can pull out a t from these terms. We'd go ahead and pull out a t to get 6t squared plus 7t plus 2. And then we would try to divide out the 6 if we could, but 6 doesn't divide out of 7 evenly, so we can't divide out the 6. So instead, we have our a, b, and c values. We start by multiplying a times c. So in this case, that's 6 times 2 to get 12. Then we list out the factor pairs of 12. So 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. And we want the pair that adds to the middle term, the b term, which is 7. So we want 3 and 4. And when we find that pair, we're going to split the middle term into those two numbers, so into 3t plus 4t, and then rewrite the rest of the polynomial. Now this t that we took out at the beginning isn't really affecting our factoring right now, so I'm just going to draw an arrow, and we'll just kind of forget about that until later. Okay, now that we have 4 terms after splitting the b term, we're going to look at the first 2 and take out a GCF of just the first 2. The GCF of those first 2 would be 3t. And then if we divide out 3t, we would get 2t plus 1. And if we repeat that with the last 2 terms, the GCF of those is 2, a positive 2. And if we divide out positive 2, then we would get 2t plus 1 again. So now we have that matching parentheses. 2t plus 1 is one of the factors, and then the other factor is the 2 GCFs that were taken out added together, so 3t plus 2. Then we took out this t originally, so we'll just put that GCF back in front, and this would be our final factored answer. Okay, let's look at number 5. Negative 8a squared plus 12a plus 8. Well, first we try to divide out the negative 8. We can't divide out the negative 8 because 12 is indivisible by 8, but we can divide out a number to make the numbers smaller here. We could divide out a negative 4 from each of the terms. If we did that, then we would have 2a squared minus 3a minus 2. We can kind of forget about this 4 that we took out until later. And let's just work with the numbers here in the parentheses. So we can't divide out this 2 in front, so we start by multiplying a times c, which is 2 times negative 2 here, which is negative 4. And then we want the factor pair of negative 4 that adds to the middle term, which is negative 3. Okay, so since we have a negative 4, that means we have 1 negative, 1 positive. So negative 1, 4, 1, negative 4, negative 2, 2. And the pair that adds to negative 3 is 1 and negative 4. So we're going to split the negative 3a into plus 1a minus 4a. And then rewrite the other two terms. So 2a squared plus 1a minus 4a minus 2. Then we look for the GCF of the first 2 terms. So we could divide out an a of those first 2 to get 2a plus 1. And then these second 2, we could divide out a 2. But since the signs here are negative and we want positive signs to match that first parentheses right here, we should take out a negative 2. Because dividing negative 4a by negative 2, we would get positive 2a. Negative 2 by negative 2 would be positive 1. So then our factored form is this matching parentheses, the 2a plus 1, multiplied by the 2 GCFs added together, so a minus 2. And then we took out this negative 4 at the very beginning, so we'd write that negative 4 in front. And this would be our factored form.